guys? It's Hendy Built Performance here, coming at you live. Just kidding, this isn't live. But, hello Facebook, YouTube, wherever this is gonna end up. I got this, another 1996 Honda Civic, alright? We're gonna take a look. Alright, we're just gonna unveil this thing. Here it is. Here's my 1996 Honda Civic. This one's green. And the other one is white. I have two 1996 Honda Civics. And they're both sedans. And this one's not too terrible. I had to beat up the hood to get it open, but as you can see, the hood is trash anyways. Need a new windshield, got cracks everywhere. But other than that, I mean, dude, I kind of got some parts in here, but dude, it cleaned up real nice. It's got like 230,000 miles on it. That's not my plate, so I don't care. And I was in the middle of installing this Amazon fuel kit. I already it came with the 6AN fuel line with a 45-degree, over here, and a straight over there. I think it's about like 10 feet long, something like that. And then it also came with a 1/4-inch rubber hose return fuel line. So I actually just put this rubber line in, got it tight. And then, so this kit came with this cool fitting that basically, so here you have like your fuel quick disconnect. We'll show this side. But basically this clip, you can see here, there's not much light, but you see that little ring in there. This clip actually sits about right here. And these tabs hold tight up against that ring. So this basically sits like right here. And then what you do, I think that was backwards. I think it sits this way. Yep, it sits this way. And then you push this line onto that, and that's what locks it in. But this kit came with this stock fuel quick disconnect to 6AN. I was just tightening it up by hand, and then I realized I'm not making a video when I should be. So you can see I've got like the old fuel line out, cut up. I just kind of kept some extra pieces just in case I went with a hard line, keep the like fitting and everything. Kept this because this was like a little extender off of the gas tank. I think it went like this way. I don't know if I need it yet or not. Well, I shouldn't need it because there would be no way to connect. So, yep. So I just got to get that tight and start running this line. So I'll be working on the fuel system today because the lines are gone. Absolutely gone. Fuel lines are gone. Brake lines are gone, but I have a kit on the way for that as well from Amazon. So turning it to AN lines as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get into it here, and hopefully I'll show you how I get it done. Alright, just to show you guys how this works. Focus. Alright, see? I'm not gonna take that clip off because this is so rusty that it was kind of a pain to get that on. But, alright, you get the idea. I really don't want to pull this off either because it has an O-ring inside of it. But basically, there's threads inside of this, and there's threads right there. And then if you look further down into this, there's actually a small orifice the size of that line with an O-ring. So you push it on, set the O-ring in, like get it on, and then you're able to tighten it down as I cross thread it. Alright, there it goes. It's going. Alright, so that way we get the idea. So then we're just threading this onto this other piece. Okay, see, now it's tight. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to crank this or what. I'm just gonna... I only got one hand here, so... Alright guys, so I tightened it. I literally, like 2 foot-pounds, you know, like nothing. Because apparently this just kind of spins and rotates. And that O-ring in there is what seals it up. So, I snugged it up just a little bit. That's all I did. So, we're connected. Hopefully that don't leak. Now I'm gonna probably go under the car. Probably gonna go under the car and feed the line up that way and get her tightened on. Alright, let's see what we get. Alright guys, it was not an easy task, but you can see the AN line is in. I first started out using the 45 degree side with the fitting, but I just couldn't get it to work, so I did the straight end on this side. I'm not positive if you're supposed to use the straight or the 45 right here, but I didn't like the way the 45, it was rubbing on things down there. So there's that. AN line, return line are on the fuel pump. And this is where we're at. Lines hanging down. So I'm going to get these ran up to the front and probably get them hooked up. We'll see what happens. Alright, I'm back. It's getting darker and darker. And I got the fuel lines ran up to the front. I'm going to show you how I just did this. It is not the best. It is what it is for now. Alright. So anyways, let me get under here. So basically, I don't think we're going to be able to see up there. But, alright, so the lines are coming from the fuel pump. And then, so, your brake lines and your fuel lines usually run right down the side of this rail towards, you know, the outside of the car. So usually it runs all the way through this. I don't want to mess up the camera, so I'm going to turn it around. Alright, it's basically, it runs down this whole thing. Right here. But, this car needs, obviously, as you can see, as I just said, the brake lines run here. So this car needs brake lines too. So for not, and then here, that's like the stock tray that holds all the lines in place and everything. But since I went AN, they're not really gonna fit in these clips anymore. Unless I like grind out the middle or, you know, grind one out, make it wider, whatever. So I'll figure that out another day once the brake lines and everything's in. But for now, I just kind of zip tied it up with whatever holes were around. And I got it up there. And then it runs. And usually it runs between this crazy space right here. You can see two of the broken brake lines right here. It is just the tightest spot ever, and it's super annoying to go through here. Like, you can't get in there. So what most people do is they just run to they'll bring it up to here, and then they'll run it this way, because it is wide open to the engine all back here. So it's a lot easier just to go around instead of through the subframe, or over top of it. So I've got my feed and return running up into the engine bay. Freaking caveman-ing it out here. Jack stands and pieces of wood. Getting it going. Alright. So basically this is where I'm at. So now you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I wish I had a flashlight, not this headlamp. But you get the idea. Focus in. See, the hard line is coming in. AN line's coming in, and the fuel return is coming in this way. So fuel return's right here, the black hose. It actually goes to right there, that nipple, right there. So that's pretty easy peasy, and then that runs like under the fuel rail and it comes up to the fuel pressure regulator for the return, and I gotta get a hose clamp for this. So I've got the fuel filter here. It actually kind of looks newer, but I have a brand new one, but I haven't emptied the gas tank yet. There's a lot of old fuel in there. It smells terrible. Hopefully it's empty because the fuel lines were busted, but I'll just throw in like 5 gallons of 93 and call it a day. But basically this sits here. There's supposed to be a clamp holding it, and then the AN line is going to attach to the bottom of here. This. So this kit came with 2 kind of special fittings for me to be able to put this AN line on. There's a hose clamp for the fuel return, which I need another one for the fuel pressure regulator. But so we got a crush washer, and we got this fitting here, and this, I believe this end is gonna go, let me get this freaking out of here. Wow, it's impossible. Alright, so we got a fitting and an O-ring. Okay, so this O-ring side definitely goes on the fuel filter. It goes on the fuel filter. Alright. So basically this fitting is going to screw in under there. And I'm actually, now that I'm looking at it, I don't understand why it came with the crush washer. Unless you're like replacing the top line, because this already has an O-ring on it. So do I run the O-ring or do I run the crush washer? Well, I'm just gonna run the O-ring, and if it leaks I'll change it. But yeah, because that fits right over it too, like if I were to take the O-ring off. So I'm not sure. It definitely doesn't go on the AN side. That wouldn't make any sense. So I'm gonna pause the video and get all this stuff hooked up. Alright, and I'll be back. I got the return line. What's going on here, phone? Got the return line hooked up. I'm still missing a hose clamp on this line here, so I'm just gonna put it on and zip tie it. I got the AN line hooked up to the fuel filter. I'm assuming this kit is for an aftermarket fuel filter or regulator, because I had a very hard time getting this fitting to go into the fuel filter. So I think that was the wrong fitting, but I just kept sending it down. It was tight the whole way. And then I got the line hooked up, and it's running to the fuel rail. Yeah. I wish this would stay up there. Alright. That was a pain. What up, guys? I'm back. It is now super dark. I don't know if I videoed it or not, but I was having troubles with the fitting that goes to the fuel filter that I did show that. I showed the fitting and the fuel filter. I'm thinking that kit is made to go to an aftermarket regulator or like an aftermarket fuel filter. I don't believe that fitting was the exact correct size for the fuel filter, but I threaded it in anyways. I just kept sending it down with the O-ring still on it, and I kept sending it all the way until I couldn't see the O-ring anymore. And so it's seated all the way down. So that took me a while, because I really didn't want to ruin the fitting that I just got, and I didn't want to ruin the fuel filter, but I do have a new one So I actually pulled the new one out and tested the fitting inside the new one, and the same thing, it would go in about 2 threads then stop. And so I just went back to the old filter and just started cranking away. It was tight the whole way. It was not easy to get it all the way down. I even twisted the filter a little bit. That's how hard I was trying to turn it. But so it's super dark. I don't know if I'm gonna get a shot of that, but the AN line is all hooked up. Feed and return are both hooked up completely. And I've got my Passat wagon over here charging up the Honda right now. And to be honest with you, I was in a rush and I just wanted to, I was pretty sure there's going to be leaks and stuff, but so far it doesn't look like there is. So that's cool, but I already started it and it does run. So that's freaking awesome, man. But it needs a spark plug wire. It's broken in half, and it was actually arcing off of it, everything in the engine bay. I had to grab a stick while it was running and just put it in a spot where there wasn't any metal, so it'd stop arcing off of everything, or trying to spark to everything. So it runs rough. Definitely needs some some spark plug wires, probably like cap rotor, just because, and spark plugs. I don't know how long this car's been sitting, but it's been sitting for a while. So I'm sitting here letting it charge up, and I'm gonna fire it up now that I'm recording. And sorry it's so spooky and whatever, I don't have lighting. I've got a headlamp, so that's what we're using here. But here we go, second fire up. Oh, it's definitely a little rough. No intake filter. There's like air leaks and all, vacuum leaks and all that, but can't really see it. But she's idling. Not well. Can't see in the back, but let's check for leaks. All right, I don't see anything. No leaks. Looks dry as can be. Alright. Yeah, this thing runs rough right now. But oh good. There's that wire I was talking about. Right there. See? Got it all hooked up. In. Out. Well. Hee-hee. All right. Alright. Yep, she's a little rough. Got a little bit of fuel in her. I just put 5 gallons of 93 in it to mix in with the old fuel, whatever was left. But, alright. And it's a 5-speed, baby. But I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get this car right. I'm glad that it's freaking running. Alright. I'm killing it. Alright, Alright guys, that's going to do it here on Hendy Built Performance, bringing you another video about my second Honda Civic. I have 2 1996 Honda Civics, one white, one green. And this is the green one that I've been working on today in this video. And hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one.